Postal 2 Apocalypse Weekend is probably the most forgettable game in the Postal franchise. Postal 1 laid the foundation down, Postal 2 brought the franchise to new heights, Postal 3 is just that fucking terrible that it became infamous, and Postal 2 Apocalypse Weekend is just kinda chilling in the background, not really bothering anyone, but it's not really standing out or doing anything neat either. It's just there. So everyone's big beef with Apocalypse Weekend is how linear it is. And I agree that it is linear and that does kind of suck. But I would have got behind Apocalypse Weekend if the levels themselves actually had interesting things to do in them. So yeah, we have a lot of cutscenes, which I'm fine with, I guess, but it's just like, I want to get to the fucking game, you know? So Rick Hunt is still amazing, but I don't know, this expansion, it's okay. And now you have like zombie Gary Coleman's as your first enemy, which is kind of weird, but whatever. So all you have are these fucking scissors, which they suck. And like Gary is so fucking small to hit, it's kind of annoying to deal with. But yeah, I don't mind this level design approach of just having like, you know, linear levels to go through. I would still prefer the open world nature of Postal 2 because it's a Postal 2 expansion. So yeah, that head injury kind of goes and then it comes back later on. It's a cool little thing, I guess, but it doesn't really do much. It doesn't really add to the gameplay. There's just not too much to talk about with Apocalypse Weekend. It's just kind of there. God, the fucking scissors combat is so like monotonous, even though this rooftop part is really cool. Victim of the week. That's awesome. I mean, Apocalypse Weekend still has its like funny moments, but I don't know. The gameplay just doesn't really work for me. Apocalypse Weekend does get better, kind of, after this hospital sequence. I mean, we're in a town which you can't really explore, and then you go like cow killing, and then you just have to kill like 25 cows or something with the sledgehammer. So I guess that's more fun than the hospital, but not really, because you're just killing cows. Apocalypse Weekend just has this like aura of like repetitiveness, which I'm not a fan of. And there's so many parts in Apocalypse Weekend where you're just like killing 25 things, and it's just like the hospital and the Gary Colemans and the cats were not good choices to have like in the first level. I mean, I guess the hospital was fine, but just the enemy placement and the enemies they chose to put in the level, it's not good. I don't hate this expansion, I just think there's plenty of issues with it. And I've not played Paradise Lost, which I really should. I've only played Apocalypse Weekend, so I really need to change that. Yeah, so there's no open world to explore. I mean, there's, you know, trucks that you can't even go into. Cool. And there's little items on the ground, but I don't know, apart from that, there's nothing here to explore. You just go from one area to another, one level to another. And that would be good if the levels were well designed or well thought out, which they're not, but that's fine. At least we have Postal 2, Paradise Lost, Postal 4, and like Postal Redux to keep us busy and to keep us entertained, because this is just an okay expansion. I'll see you guys next time. I'll leave it there with a puking woman. Awesome.